Hello and welcome to the channel. If you're new around here, I'm David.
And I'm Claire.
And along with our two dogs, Tessie and Lily, we take viewers for adventures in our van Varney, where we unearth the unusual and show you cool places to stay.
So for this week's video, we thought we'd show you the difference between an urban park up and a rural park up.
We did, and last night we did the urban part of it. Now, where would you go to do an urban park up around us? Well, the answer's obvious, isn't it? You'd go to the franchise city of Milton Keynes. Although we didn't actually go and stay in Milton Keynes, we stayed in Bletchley, which used to be a small town / village that has now been adopted and stolen by Milton Keynes as the wider city. So yeah, perfect place for an urban park up. Let's show you where we stayed, and we'll give you a few tips on finding a park up and a few tips on what to do when you're there. The first piece of advice is to set off after dark. You don't want to draw attention to yourself when you arrive. Our next tip is to have a look for shops around the area on Google Maps first, as they often have parking nearby. You can then use Google Street View to explore the area further. Earmark a few places during your research drive around, and don't be afraid to turn round and go back to them. Cut out laybys in residential areas make a perfect park up, as they do not block anyone's home or driveway. This is where we ended up. Turns out our next tip is to bring your bathers, as you never know when you're going to end up parked up near a swimming pool. A quick walk with the dogs, and we found plenty of places to eat, a pharmacy, lots of Christmas decorations, and a shopping centre. In the other direction, we found a pet shop, Domino's Pizza, Iceland, petrol station, and also Lidl, which was handy because Claire wanted me to get her a calorie-free cake and the squash that we forgot. And that is what brings us here. So I'm doing the washing up currently at the car park for Pets at Home, because of course we need a Pets at Home. Now, they don't actually open till 10 o'clock, but we wanted to get away early from where we were parked because we don't want to draw attention to ourselves. So we can come somewhere else, sit around for 3/4 of an hour, and do the washing up and do the things that we need to do. Basically just chucked everything in the sink to make a quick early exit, and then we can wait somewhere else. Now, one thing I will say is just be careful. If you're going somewhere and you're waiting for the shops to open, some of them do have parking restrictions out of hours. So if you get there an hour before the shops open, etc. So just make sure you double check. But we always find it good to go and park somewhere where we know we need to go, because then you've got a few hours unrestricted parking. So if we need to go to Tesco, or if we need to go to a Pets at Home, we can go there and we can do a few chores in the van, and we know that we're good to park there for a while. Anyway, I'm going to crack on with this and we'll pick you up in a bit. So that was the urban park up. Hopefully you enjoyed it.
So to compare the two, check out the rural one we did last week.
Let's get out, we can leave this city. Let's drive to the open air. Yeah, the countryside is so pretty. blowing in your hair. We can look back someday. Baby, don't you understand that we only get one life? I wanna make it count, honey. Come on now and take my hand.
Once parked up, I'll always get out and check around the vehicle. I'll check for animals, people about, and also any signs. This park up was actually a really peaceful one, and it put us in the perfect place to meet our friends for a dog walk the following day. So Claire sent me out early with my cup of coffee, shoves me out from under her feet. So what do you do when you get kicked out of the van and you're staying in the countryside? That's easy, isn't it? Go train spotting. Trouble is, when we was out without the camera yesterday, there was tons of trains. On a Sunday morning, I don't think they run. Not on this line anyway. Saying that, I can see some lights in the distance. Let's see what we got. Choo choo! So that's two completely different types of park ups. What do you think to urban ones? What do you like about them, what don't you like?
So for me, urban is obviously more convenient and they're easier to find, and also it's very close normally to a shop or something that you might need in the morning, so obviously it's quite convenient there.
Yeah, and what about rural?
Rural is obviously, because it's normally out in the sticks, so you've normally got no light pollution, not many cars going past, so very quiet, very dark, very peaceful.
Yeah, just on that, be careful when you park up in urban ones. We parked underneath a street light last night, and because we've got the roof vent, the light shines through and it kept me awake most of the night. So yeah, just be a bit mindful, I guess, of street lights.
And it was coming through the top of the curtains as well, wasn't it?
Yeah, no,
So,
absolutely.
yeah.
I think for me, I feel safer when it comes to urban because I like knowing people are about. So I think someone's less likely to break into your van if there's a whole wealth of people walking past.
Yeah, and you're normally in an actual neighbourhood, aren't you? So,
Yeah.
It's normally
I think
safer.
Also urban, probably there's a lot more options. So you can park in a little cutout like we found last night. You can also park in an industrial area. We've done that before. And the other tip I will give you is if you go on Google Maps and if you try and find a local co-op, quite often you'll have quite a few spaces outside. If you just tuck yourself in between some other cars, no one will bat an eyelid. It's normally free unlimited parking. So yeah, that's always a good option if you're stuck. In terms of the rural, I think you can find some beautiful gems. I mean, some of the places we stayed in Derbyshire, they are gorgeous, but I think they're harder to find, if I'm honest.
And if you're lucky, you'll get a really nice dog walk or area that you can walk in the morning, like nature and just feeling like the great outdoors.
But yeah, I think they're more of a challenge. But I'm going to end this video by saying my favourite's still a pub park up.
Oh yeah, I still love it.
Because I don't have to cook and I don't have to do the washing up.
Yeah.
And I can have a drink. So anyway, hopefully you like that roundup.
Oh, Dolittle's done.